Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I am going to talk you through the options you have in Sestriere in the Via Lattea ski area in Italy and where to park your motorhome, the free options and the paid options. And I'll also walk you through just how to go into the ski slopes from the paid Aire and the free Aire. And I'll also show you how far it is to walk into town and everything. If you walk to the end, if you watch this video until the end, you'll see the dashcam footage of us arriving into Sestriere, pointing out the turning to go into the free camping spot or car parking spot for motorhomes, and then you'll be able to watch us drive right up to the paid parking spot at the back of Sestriere, and I'll also talk you through how to get in. So keep watching and find out all about motorhome parking in Sestriere in the Italian Alps. Hi, in this video I'm going to walk you through the camping car park, or one of the official ones, one of the paid ones in Sestriere that's up at the back of the village. There are other places you can stay right next to the ski lifts, but we needed to empty stuff and refresh. So we came up here. €20 a day. It's all done by an app called Aire. Pretty straightforward to use. You have to put in your payment details, download the app, register in the app, usual kind of stuff. Now the only thing is, as soon as you reserve your space, your charge starts. So if you're doing it from half an hour away or a couple of hours away, it's going to start from then. So just to show you what it's like today, we came up, there was about 16-20 centimeters yesterday, and it was snowing hard today just after we came up. We came up from Sauze. And if I turn this around, this is a road cleared. It's not quite as stormy as it looks, but the snow has been chucking it down. So this is the view that comes from the centre of town if you're coming up from the valley at Sauze in Cesana. I would recommend you come up that way, because I've just done a circuit down there and then back up the other way, and it's taken me, what's the time now? Oops, sorry, it's just taken me about 50 minutes to do that, and I did go into a couple of places to have a look, so you could probably do that in about 40-35 minutes if you just want to go for a walk. So the first bar, even in the snow for me with my winter boots on, with pool and beers, is 6 minutes away, just to the corner there. There's quite a few shops just around the corner from there. But anyway, I digress. So on the approach to the Aire, you'll pass this football pitch here and a couple of apartments, and you'll feel like you're going out of town. But when you come up to here, you'll pass this wooden building here, and then you'll come past all this industrial stuff. Now this is where all the gritters and stuff are stored, I think. So this is going to be gritted pretty well. It's not as visible in loads of snow, so there's a truck going there, but before you get into the Aire, there are the services that are outside. So some of the comments said, well, why would you pay €20 just for electric if anyone can use these, which is a fair point. So just to show you this before I go into the Aire, this is your drive over Grey, or not quite so drive over at the moment, but it's doable. And this is your service station, so black water at the back there, and then just a bit of fresh water to clean, and then your fresh water at the right. It actually pours quite a lot of water in there, so yeah, if you've got a small container, you're probably going to have it running, which is why it's all frozen there. And then there is some instructions in English and Italian there. So let me show you the entrance to the Aire. There's only two. Oh jeez, got a fright there. The grey water rinse came on. There's only two vans in the Aire at the moment. This is us here, and this is the bus stop that goes in the morning. So the ski bus stop. Unfortunately, it's the same as Sauze do. It's $180 on board the bus, and $180 if you have a ticket in advance, and $250 otherwise. And a weekly pass is $10.40. Anyway, that's where that is. You'll see the timetable if you pause the video. It's every half an hour, and it runs till the evening, I think. So you'll come in here, and if you haven't reserved, I'd encourage you just to stop back the road there, which is what we did, and then set it all up. I'd set up the app in advance. Here's some information here. Oh, there's a neighbour's dog. Here's some information here that you need to know. And then once you come up here, you say that you're about to enter, and then you scan the QR code. If you can't see that QR code, I had to restart the app just to refresh it. But you have to make your reservation. Then when you scan the QR code, it'll come up in the app, and then this is the entrance to there. So once you drive up and scan it, be ready to go in and move, because the barrier will open. Then you go around there, and there's only one other person there just now, and then you can go around there and drive around, and this is the exit here. So it was absolutely dumping down with snow when we got here today, and you can see there's only 2 vans here just now, and then there's your exit. You scan the QR code to exit, same kind of thing. This is our setup. You could actually ski into the village today actually, and that's it. So that's the Aire in Sestriere at the top. It's if you're looking at the map, it's kind of at the back of Sestriere there. €20 a night. As soon as you make your reservation, it'll take €5 off you. I'm going to call this video a day. It is very close to town. It doesn't feel like it when you're driving up here, but 15 minutes you'll be down next to restaurants and bars and stuff like that. My hand's about to drop off, so I'm going to stop this video now. Okay, so one thing I didn't talk about in the tour of the Sestriere Aire when I was doing the first video, it was the electricity. So electricity is really easy. There's tons of power points. I think there's about 30 odd power points maybe. I just don't know how many amps it is, but we've got our Victron set to 9 amps, playing it safe. Here's the power sockets here. It does say here to go on the app and activate the right number and select the socket, activate the device, select the socket, but we didn't have to do that, so I'm assuming it's live all the time. We just plug in there. So yeah, there's 29 or 30 spaces in here, so easy enough. And nice views of the valley there, and that's about it. Not much more to say about electricity. So yeah, if you do come here, it's actually feels really remote, but it's actually not as remote as it feels, I don't think, as long as you're willing to walk down the hill or get the bus. If you're a bit of a slog carrying your skis every day, they're right enough, you can ski down. And I assume most of the time you can't ski down, so yeah. And Sestriere to come to Sestriere. So I've just came for a walk around. So the camping car park feels like it's miles away, right at the back of town, but it's actually only well, you can see how white and snowy it is. There's been a lot of snow. The roads were crystal clear coming into town, but we've had a lot of snow since then. And I better get there. I'm probably standing right in the middle of the road, but it looks like it's closed. So where was I with that? Yeah, probably it took me like 15 minutes, as I'm pretty prompt to walk through the snow to get into the centre of town, and you could actually ski it today, but not normally. And then that is Sestriere town centre. Look at this, it's just so white. Anyway, I'm going to go and do a quick circuit around and then go back to the camping car park, because I've got a meeting with a ski rental marketing client that we work with in New Zealand. So quick whistle stop tour, back to the van, that's us. So if you go to the Sestriere Aire and you miss the bus like we did, we didn't realise there's a 2-hour gap, but there's Kira waving at the background. If there's a 2-hour gap at lunchtime, or well, 10:30 onwards, and they don't appear right in the minute. So you may end up walking down the back way from here, which wasn't really very appealing, but that's the back road up to the Aire from the back of town, which would be the eastern side of town. When you come down here, you actually walk up around this corner and it gets you into the main bit of Sestriere. But as we can see, the trails, which are just here, I'm spying the shortest way. I didn't see this on my walk yesterday, but see Kira's going off pose in the sun there. Beautiful photograph. There you go. And then there's a car park down here, so we figure we're going to be able to go down this car park, join this piste, and then go just down into the other lift system down here, and that's the trails just down here. So it's not too far, it's a 10-minute walk with our skis, so yeah. So you can walk to it reasonably quickly, I suppose. Getting back won't be as much fun, but if you miss the bus, but the bus only runs till like 5:30. So anyway, we're going to see if this works out or not. hopefully we'll be on the trail soon. So it did work out. A couple of minutes from the road, you end up with this car. This car park doesn't actually connect to anything else. It's just obviously for season holders. There's a little trail down here where we get our skis on. For some reason this lift doesn't work. Seems to be the Italian way. Random lift's not working. But you can join the trail just here, scooching along there. And then at some point we will be joining this trails down here and going down the valley into here. And we'll be playing around here. And then we'll come back up. These trail maps are absolutely terrible, the Via Lattea ones, and there's so many trails inside here that's so hard to make out. They should really have separate zoomed in bits for each area, but hey, that's the way it is. But we're going to go and explore. So it wasn't too bad to come from the Aire today, so thankfully. Hopefully we'll get the bus back though, because it's all uphill. So when you come back to the Carpark, if you are staying at the one behind Sestriere, you can pretty much ski to the road if you want to go the back road if you're not going to get the bus from town. So you'll see that that's the very summit of the Sestriere up at the top there. So you could either come down from there and round the back bit, or you can come down from the other village further down the valley, which I can't remember the name of it. And then you get the lift up, not this one that's not working, but it's the next one up, and then you can come straight down here. And as long as you head for this kind of, I'm going to call it a commuter lift, I think it's Carpark or something. As long as you head straight over to here, you join this car park. And then you go into here. And this is kind of like the eastern side of Sestriere. And then just around the corner is the back road into the car park. You'll see it's actually a sign for Col Basset. That's a Basset, yeah, that's the road you want to go up. So you just walk around the corner here, you just have to walk on the road a little bit. And then round there is the start of the main town of Sestriere. So yeah, that's the lift there. So it's not too bad a location actually, but if you're not willing to walk with your skis for maybe 15 minutes back up the hill, I'd head into town and take the bus up. $2.50 for a single if you pay on board. We haven't done that yet when I'm filming this, so there you go. In this part of this video I'm going to show you the other camping car park area or motorhome parking in Sestriere. Now this is right as you come into town, or pretty much if you're coming up from Sosta in the valley, beside Montgenèvre, or you've maybe come from Turin, or you've crossed over from France. So if you look at here, this is the bottom of the lift. I can't remember the name of the lift to be honest. That's the lift that goes up the other side and it connects into Sestriere. And then this lift goes up to the main skiing and above the village in Sestriere. But as you come into here, you'll see this big car park. And at the moment, there's actually only one motorhome in there. This is Friday on the 20th of January, I think this is 29th. And it's actually just behind there. You can't actually see it from here, but you can see it when you're on the trail. And as you're rising up through the valley, you'll see there's a little petrol station there. I think it's petrol station. Yeah, it's petrol station there. But the main road coming up the valley is just up in the centre there. And you turn right and come down here, drive down here where that lorry is, round the roundabout, into the car park, and then the furthest away car park is 30 spaces. Now there's no facilities there. This is the Sestriere Village Olimpico, Villaggio Olimpico, sorry my Italian's terrible. So you might be able to get that on the GPS, but I mean it is marked and parked for night and all that kind of stuff, so oops, my gloves in the way, but I reckon that's a pretty good park if you've got the facilities and you can last the time. When we got to Sestriere, we needed to refresh and refill, but I think the next time we come up, when we're coming over from Montgenèvre, we'll probably just park up there and be self-sufficient for a couple of nights, because it is free. You don't have too far to walk into town, maybe a few hundred meters. If you walk up here, walk up the main road, and then just over here, just behind that, or behind that main tower, you're kind of right in the centre, and behind that other orange one you're slap bang in the centre. So yeah, it's a good alternative. The other difference with the other one is you've got electricity, but if you wanted to stay in the free one for longer, you can always drive up the other one dump your black and refill your dump your grey and refill your fresh water. Although the fresh water was frozen this morning at the paid car park, so just don't rely on it. But I suppose you're really pushed, you can buy water. So that's the other camping car park in Sestriere. So this cafe, Tele Kabar, is right next to the motorhome parking. And obviously at the bottom of the lift it goes up to Sauze, or up towards Sauze, and then the main lift goes up to summit here. And you can either walk up in the town up to there, or you can walk up, there's a road that goes in here, and then there's a little tunnel that goes underneath one of the hotels that'll take you right in the centre of town. So